Unfortunately, he's picked up an injury. He's going to be out for a few weeks.
What type of injury is it?
Muscular injury. Yeah.
And Kai Havertz, is he back for the Newcastle game?
I hope so, but I don't want to say yes because last time I said I think he was going to be fit and then he wasn't fit.
Are you still having some issues with the illness in the squad?
Yeah.
Can you
No.
Has it impacted on other players? Could you be missing other players for this game?
Hopefully not. Hope so.
It obviously has reached the semi-final stage
Yeah.
of this competition. How much importance have you placed on what the first major domestic trophy of the season for the players?
Well, very excited to play the game in front of our crowd, a semi-final, an opportunity to earn the right to be in a final, and it starts tomorrow. It's 2 legs. Obviously, it's going to be 2 long games against a very competitive team. We know that, but very excited, and we need a big atmosphere in our stadium.
What do you think winning this competition would do for the squad?
I don't know. We have to win tomorrow. We're still far, so try to be better than the position and win the game.
Alexander Isak is obviously a player right in form for Newcastle. Have you an idea how to stop him? Is he a player you like?
Yeah, obviously he's a top player. He's in top form, scoring a lot of goals, and yeah, try to minimize the strength of the position. That's obviously a big part of the plan when we play any opponent.
I guess a boost as well. Bruno Guimaraes suspended. When you think of the midfield trio and perform those three,
I think about my players and the ones that we have available, get the best out of them.
The Brighton penalty at the weekend. I just wanted to ask you about that. And do you think penalties being given like that would it make centre backs nervous about attacking the ball in their own box?
I don't know. I gave my opinion. Unfortunately, we played twice Brighton. One for unknown reasons, 45 minutes with 10 men, and another one with a penalty. That clearly is not a penalty, but that's the conditions that we played, and we cannot change it now.
Do you feel, I was going to say compared to last season, with the injuries you've had and maybe the illness recently as well, it feels like you're in a bit more bad luck compared to last season. With that in mind, and one area is the latest injury, is there any chance you would maybe look to add to the squad before the end of this month?
That hasn't changed. Again, the focus is on our players. Whatever is in the market, we are very alert. But the priority is working with the players that we have at the moment, and tomorrow night, which is a big night for us.
It's not a no.
Sorry?
It's not a no.
It's not a yes, it's not a no. Thanks to you.
Hi Mikel, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Injuries, illness, suspensions,
Semi-final, positive things. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
But
It's not snowing today.
it's not snowing today, yeah.
Good.
But it's over 2 legs. With the number of games we have, should this be like every other cup competition really? Just one game?
It doesn't matter. 2 beautiful games to play.
But in your opinion, it would be one game that you could lose?
My opinion doesn't count, unfortunately, so we have 2. If I have to pick one and a home, yeah. If you give me the chance, that's what I would like.
Newcastle have been a difficult team for you to play against recently. They're on a really good run of form at the moment. What has Eddie Howe done differently over the last month or so?
I don't know. That's a question for him. It's a tough opponent for everybody because they are a really good side. They are really well coached. They have really good individual players. The same as it's difficult to play against us.
Just 2 final ones on referees. First of all, VAR. We're now going to, during these semi-finals, actually hear what the referee says. Commute around the stadium. Is that a positive way forward for VAR, so that everybody is involved? The fans get to hear what the referees are saying. Are you looking forward to how it's going to work?
Yeah, I think any decision that brings clarity, and the communication is clear and transparent, I think is helpful.
Finally, your Brighton penalty of the weekend. I'm not going to ask you specifically about that, but Joel Linton, the ball hit his hand before Newcastle scored on Saturday. There were lots of instances across the whole weekend where there were penalties given, red cards maybe not given. How hard is it now for a top manager like yourself to coach your players on what the laws of the game are, what they can concede a penalty for, what they could get sent off for, when everybody looks at it and everyone has a different opinion and seemingly nobody really understands it all?
work by the rules and try to coach what it's on the rules, and then obviously there is a part of that rules which is interpretation, and it's not easy for the referees at all times to make that call, and we understand that, and coaching differently, I think it's impossible because we don't know.
Not easy for referees, is it? Not easy for you as well?
No, sometimes to coaching, no, because we don't coach any player to have the arms away from his body, or just to kick the ball when you don't know that the opponent is away from you. It's very difficult to coach that. So it's difficult for everybody, I think.
George, BBC.
Mikel, you're being very positive, semi-final of the Cup, as you say, and you're doing well in the Champions League, second in the league. But have you enjoyed this season as manager? Because it feels quite testing.
I love it. I mean, we are in all the competitions. We are where we want to be, and in most of them, obviously in the league, for a lot of circumstances, we are not where we want to be, which is top. I understand that, and that willingness to be better every single day, to try to improve, and don't look for excuses, because in anything that you do, you look for excuses, you're going to find them. These are challenges, these are situations that we are facing, and we are trying to do the very best to overcome them and still be a really good team.
How do the players feel about what's going on? Because it feels like every press conference we're going to, we're asking you about another injury. And are you having to keep them up, or are they just confident and aware of the problems they're going through?
No, we discuss about the situation, obviously, and the fact that we have to utilize players in position probably they haven't played before. But yeah, we are learning a lot from that, and where I learn especially about the willingness of the team. You speak to any individual and ask him to play anywhere on the field, and there, you know. So that's great as well to learn from your players.
Just a word on Kieran Tierney, potentially going back to Celtic. I just wondered if you could give us an update on that.
There is absolutely no news. Kieran is our player.
Thank you.
Simon Standard.
Mikel, just on the injuries, can you remember a run like this since you've been here?
I don't. Probably not. No, probably not.
And in terms of, I know you talk about the sort of challenge and moving players around, but how, in your years you've had here, how hard has this been tactically in terms of coming up with solutions compared to what you've had to do in the past?
Again, a very good learning process, not only tactically, it's preparation, training with very few players. Today we had 7-8 players with us just to fill the squad, which is unknown. But yeah, it's a way to learn as well. So this is how I take it. I cannot change it. So let's take the things that we can get out for them to be better.
And can I ask you one on Mikel Moreno? How do you feel his sort of adaptation to the team is going? How much more do you feel there is to come from him in that role? Yeah,
I think the last 2 weeks he's made a big stride there. Obviously he had more continuity, more minutes. Physically he's in a much better place. He missed the whole pre-season, then he missed a lot of weeks with the injury, and you can tell that he's growing.
Tom, Football London.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Two-legged semi-final. How does the preparation for a game change when you know you've got an away fixture following a home one in quick succession?
Well, similar to the Champions League, but the aim is always to win the game, to be better than your position, and earn the right to win the game, and that's not going to change because we have a lot of games.